Hello, hello, hello. I have a little message for y'all today. So, the past, I say, couple weeks, I have been going through a major transformation within myself. And I have had a lot of epiphanies about how I viewed things, um, and how my traumas were still affecting me subconsciously, right? And I just want to say that healing is a journey, okay? And I've said this before, and I'm going to continue to say it again and again and again and again. Healing is a journey. You are never, ever done healing. You are never, ever done evolving and changing and growing. And the more that you lean into that process, the easier it'll be for you to receive the downloads and the messages that you're supposed to receive. And the more you're able to get into alignment with your highest self as well as your purpose. So, in relation to my transformation, there's this affirmation that showed up on my phone, and it says, difficult paths can lead to the most beautiful destinations. And based on everything that I have been experiencing for like the past 2 weeks, I don't think there's any affirmation that could have been more true and in more alignment than that. Difficult paths can lead to the most beautiful destinations. These past 2 weeks, I feel like I have been on, I'm not even going to say a roller coaster of emotions. I would more so say an ebb and flow, right, of emotions. And I had to really detach and disconnect from the outside world and really start tuning in to my inside again. And it's not to say that I haven't been tuned in to my internal world, but it was a different level of awareness and consciousness that I had to come to in regard to my internal world, because there were still some shadow parts of myself that I had not fully faced and accepted yet. And with those epiphanies, those realizations, and seeing myself and giving myself an honest evaluation, it ain't gonna lie, it was uncomfortable. There were times where I was sad and restless and just not, I felt like I wasn't vibrating as high as I typically do. However, it was necessary. That difficult path was necessary, because today I was really able to truly see the beautiful destination that I have come to, the beautiful full circle moments that I had come to. And I say all that to say, sometimes when you are going through things, right, you have to learn how to go with the ebb and flow. When you are facing dark parts of yourself that you may not have recognized or realized or had an awareness of before, it can be jarring. Like, it can be a jarring experience. And if you do not take the time to ground yourself, to speak life into yourself, speak affirmations, and like really acknowledge and accept what it is that you're feeling, journal it out, talk to people if you feel like, or whatever. If you do not take the time to do those things, or to even pull your energy back from people and just give it all to yourself, if you don't take the time to do those things, it can make that journey, it can make that path more difficult than it has to be, because you are resisting the change that is being brought about in your life in that moment. I feel like when we go through those difficult spaces and times, it is an opportunity for us to really tune into ourselves and tune into what it is that we need. Not what anybody else needs, but what do we need? What do we need to release? What do we need to do better with, or do more of, or do less of, or whatever the case may be? What is it that we need so that we can continue to change, grow, evolve, and align? I had to pull my energy back from people that I love and care about these past 2 weeks, because I was going through such a major internal transformation that I genuinely did not have the energy to give to anything or anybody else. I needed to conserve all my energy for myself. I listened to my body and rested when I needed to rest. I listened to my body and created when I needed to create. I had to get in complete and total alignment with myself so that I can navigate this difficult time that I was going through. And I mean, just yesterday, I was still struggling. Like, literally, I was still like struggling in the sense, like, because like I said, it can be jarring to see yourself clearly. It can be jarring to see your flaws, to see your mistakes, your missteps, right? And it can be easy to fall back into that negative thinking and that self-hatred and that self-blame and all of that stuff. Like, it can be easy to fall back into that once you are faced with your complete and whole self, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But if you change your perspective, right, and you start to see the lessons in it and the blessings in it, I'm telling you, once you reach your destination, you will be able to see how worth it the difficulties were, because you will be able to have a more honest view of yourself. Because I feel like a lot of us as people, we want to be perceived one type of way. Like, we want to be perceived as all good and no bad, right? And then you have others that want to be perceived as all bad and no good. But that's just not the reality. We are multifaceted, multidimensional beings. Like, it's so much ebb and flow. It's so much duality, right? It's not just one part of us. We have many parts of us, and in order for us to really be whole, we have to accept every single part of ourselves, even the not so good parts. And we also have to accept that although we may have had good intentions in the ways in which we have went about doing things, that does not always mean that our impact was good. Sometimes our intention and our impact are misaligned. And then if they're misaligned, then we have to get to the root of, okay, well, where was the misalignment? What happened? Why didn't my intention come out and impact that person, place, or thing in the good way that I intended it to? Where was the misstep? What can I learn from this? How can I improve and do better? If we take that perspective of it, instead of, oh, I'm a terrible person and this and that and this and that, or completely like denying the fact that we did anything wrong or hurtful or bad at all, it hinders our growth. It hinders our evolution, and it hinders us aligning. Another way to look at it is, let's think about a hiking trail, right? You're hiking a trail up the mountains. That trail is going to have different obstacles and different challenges the further you're going up the hiking trail, right? And if you're going up that trail and you encounter these obstacles and you encounter these challenges and you automatically start thinking negatively, like, oh, I'm not going to be able to finish this, and you give up and you just go back down the mountain and just completely say forgetting, like forget it, I don't want to do it no more. You miss out on the beautiful view at the top, right? Look at your life the same way. Look at the difficult paths that you encounter in your life the same way. In order for me to make it to the top, in order for me to make it where it is that I'm trying to go, I have to be willing to persevere through the obstacles and the challenges. I have to be willing to pace myself. I have to be willing to give an honest evaluation of myself and my capabilities in order to make it to my destination. And once you get there, just like when you're hiking up a mountain, once you get through all those obstacles and you get through all those challenges and you persevere, when you get to the top and you see that view, you don't even mind the difficulties that you went through. You get what I'm saying? I feel like the difficult paths that we experience in life, they're there to teach us something. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. It's there to teach you something. It's there to build your faith. Build your faith in yourself, build your faith in your capabilities, and also to build your resilience. Because you got to think about it like this. The more you overcome challenges and the more you overcome your obstacles, you are better able to overcome the next one and the next one and the next one, right? And it's not to say that you won't still experience sadness and anger or any other emotion, right? Because we are humans. You're going to experience it. But your snapback time, your recoil time will be a lot quicker each and every step you take. So I say this as an encouragement to anyone who is currently going through a difficult path or a difficult time, and to anyone who may experience one in the future, right? Take your time. Pace yourself. Tune in to yourself first and foremost. I was talking to one of my coworkers about this today because we work in a field where it requires us to use our emotions and to use our mind a lot, right? That is how we are able to help the people that we serve. But in order for us to be able to have the capacity and the space to hold for these people, we have to make capacity and space for ourselves. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You are supposed to fill your cup up first and then feed others from your overflow. So, if you are going through a difficult time and your body is calling for you to rest, rest. If you are going through a difficult time and your spirit is calling for you to transmute that energy into something creative, create. Tune completely into yourself so that you know how to release that energy, so that you know how to transmute that energy in a way that is going to be most effective for your healing, and that's going to be most effective for your evolution. You got this. I got this. We got this. When I heal, you heal, we all heal. When I grow, you grow, we all grow. It's a very thin thread that ties us all together, that's invisible to the naked eye. You got this. We got this. We're good. We're great. We're blessed. Even through our challenges, even through our difficulties, even through our missteps and our mistakes, we are still great, highly favored, and blessed. I hope this is helpful, y'all. And I hope y'all enjoy the healing frequencies in the background. I hope that it helps you to continue to persevere on whatever journey that you find yourself on right now. I love y'all, and I'm sending y'all much love, much light, much healing, much freedom, much authenticity, and much peace on your journey. Ashe.